Welcome back, everyone. So in this section, we're going to talk about differences and relative differences. Sometimes when we compare two numbers, we just want to know the difference, and the difference is just subtracting, the new minus the original. However, the difference doesn't always provide enough information. For example, let's consider two situations. You loan a friend $100 and they pay you back $90, or you loan them $500 and they pay you back $490. In both cases, the difference is only $10, but the situations aren't the same. In one case, you got some percentage of your money back. In another case, you got much less back. Instead of using just the actual difference, we're going to use then the relative difference to compare situations like this. The relative difference can be written as a fraction, a decimal, or a percent. And it's very similar to the percent difference equation we had a few sections ago. So let's say you loan a friend $100 and they pay you back $90. Well, $100 is the original amount and $90 is the new amount. To calculate the relative difference, we're going to use the $90 minus 100 divided by 100, divided by the original amount. This is negative 10 over 100, which is negative 0.1, or negative 10%. So you're missing 10% of the money that they owe you. The other situation, if we have $490 given back to us and we loaned them $500, when we divide by 500, now we have 10 divided by 500, or negative 10, which is negative 0.02, which is negative 2%. So in the first situation, you were missing 10% of your money. In the second situation, you're only missing 2% of your money. And so the relative difference shows the difference in these two situations more clearly than just the actual difference by just subtracting. We can use this to compare profit projections. A major corporation's profit projection for the recent fiscal year was $3.7 billion. The actual profit was $3.45 billion. Find the difference and the relative difference as a percent from the company's projection and the real profit. So the projection is our original value, and the actual profit is our new value. To find the difference, well, the difference is just subtracting 3.45 minus 3.7, which is equal to negative 0.25 billion. The relative difference is then dividing this value by the original value of the projection, which is 3.7. And when we divide the two, we get a decimal of negative 0.0676, which as a percent is negative 6.76%. And so the relative difference between the projection and the real profit was negative 6.76%, or around negative 7%. On one day, the high temperature is expected to be 62 degrees, and the actual high was 68. On the other day, it was expected to be 48, and the actual high was 43. Which day had the greatest departure from the expected value? For the first day, our original value is 62, and the actual value is 68, so 68 minus 62 divided by 62. That will give us 6 divided by 62, or 0.0967 as a decimal, or 9.67%. For the second day, we expected 48, and the actual high was 43. 43 minus 48 divided by 48. That's negative 5 divided by 48. Negative 10, or negative 0.1042, or negative 10.42%. And so which day had the greatest departure from the expected value? The second day, even though the number of degrees difference was less. Finally, in some cases, we want to calculate the relative error of an estimate, which can be determined when we know the actual value after some calculation or some other means. And so to calculate the relative error, it is just the estimate minus the actual value divided by the actual value, and then times 100%. We're going to convert it to a percent. So lawn services typically charge for fertilizer treatments based on the size of your lawn. Lawn service found the size estimate to be 10,000 square feet. After you inspect, you find that the lot is actually 16,800 square feet, and with 8,340 square feet covered by everything that's not lawn. And so the actual size of the lawn, 16,800 minus 8,340, or 8,460 square feet. And so our estimate, the relative error, is the estimate, 10,000, minus the actual, 8,460, divided by the actual value, 8,460. That's 1,540 divided by 8,460. 0.1820, and then we write it as a percent. We essentially multiply times 100%, or we just move the decimal place, and we get 18.20%. So the relative error of the lawn company's estimate was 18.20%. Please contact me if you have any questions.